March. The Empire's
It's game time, folks.
Alex
It's game
Jones
time.
And the GCN
It's game
Radio
time.
Network.
I can tell you they're getting ready to move. I can feel it. I can see it.
Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our Immune Support Infusion Blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com. The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. So why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We may not have been able to get fluoride out of the water supply yet, but we can help to get it out of our bodies. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive InfoWars Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Let's take a stand against the globalists by blocking their poisons with Fluoride Shield. I use Fluoride Shield every day. Secure your Fluoride Shield and other pioneering formulations at InfoWarsLife.com today. Let's start cleansing our bodies now and support the InfoWar at the same time. That's InfoWarsLife.com. Why does the United States spend the largest percentage of GDP in the world on healthcare? Why do we have the highest cancer rates on the planet, the highest rates of diabetes, autism, and every other major disease? It all comes down to one thing. We are what we eat. Our food is devoid of nutrition and processed with poisons and additives. Our water is filled with toxic poisons and big pharma runoff. All of this has been engineered by design. We can turn the tide against the eugenicist by giving ourselves the nutrients our body desperately needs. To learn more, visit InfoWarsHealth.com. The site is literally packed with audio and video featuring top health professionals who don't bow down to big pharma. The fight against the New World Order starts with you, and you can't stand against the machine if you're sick, tired, and obese. When you visit InfoWarsHealth.com, be sure and check out the catalog with nearly 400 life-changing products, and get free shipping when you sign up for AutoShip.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
Good evening, London. Allow me first to apologize for this emergency channel. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of the everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition.
Bloody hell.
I enjoy them as much as any bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration,
Who's that, Mum?
whereby those important events of the past, usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, are celebrated with a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
Let me think, just let me think.
I suspect even now, orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way.
It's Chancellor Sutler.
Damn it. Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with with this country, isn't there?
You designed it, sir. You wanted it foolproof. You told me every television in London.
Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission.
We need cameras.
How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others. They will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. I know why you did it. I know you were afraid. Who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease. There were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler. He promised you order, he promised you peace, and all he demanded in return was your silent, obedient consent.
Inspector, you're almost through.
Last night, I sought to end that silence. Last night, I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. More than 400 years ago, a great citizen wished to embed the 5th of November forever in our memory. His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. So if you've seen nothing, if the crimes of this government remain unknown to you, then I would suggest that you allow the 5th of November to pass unmarked. But if you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, and if you would seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me 1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament, and together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgotten.
Ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is this. No army can stop an idea whose time has come. No army can stop an idea whose time has come. And ideas, my friends, are bulletproof.
Your riches and wisdom. So we have even right there.
What's his name?
There is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the Info War.
You are the Info War, ladies and gentlemen. Ahead of David Icke joining us and ahead of Dr. Group being in studio, Dr. Edward Group, I want to open the phones up right now to police currently serving in the homeland and to currently serving military or recently out, that could even be the last decade, who have been part of these now public drills where the gun owners, libertarians, veterans, again, number one enemy returning veterans are cast as the bad guy. I mean, imagine if they were having drills where black people are going to go kill everybody at the school, or where Hispanics are, or where Catholics were, or Jews were. There would be an incredible outcry. But, oh, veterans as a group. Oh, gun owners. Oh, libertarians. Oh, conservatives. Oh, Bob Barr supporters. Remember that in the Mayak report? Oh, Ron Paul supporters. Yeah, oh, they're terrorists, police. Go ahead and arrest them. I saw that in Law Enforcement magazine years ago. It said, you know, they got to get us out of the UN sticker from the John Birch Society. Go ahead and take them in. And chiefs, you support them. We're sure there's something they're doing wrong. Statistically, folks, John Birchers are probably the lowest crime rate of anybody out there, and everybody knows that, who studies history, criminology. I mean, I can't think of more upstanding people than the John Birchers I've known in my life. I'm not even part of the group. But they list them as evil terrorists, basically. The more upstanding you are, the more you won't sell out, the stronger you are, the more committed you are. Of course you're listed as an enemy by this criminal takeover. Of course clean-cut, hard-working veterans that own businesses are being watched because they're scared of you. These crooks are scared of men and women who have honor in their hearts and who want freedom. And we're being listed as the terrorist. I am listed as someone who wants violence and a revolution on MSNBC and CNN. Because I tell them, I know you're preparing for war with us, and if you try it, 1776 will commence again. Those aren't just words. We're taking action. They said there's no open carry in San Antonio. We don't care what the state law is. And over 1,000 people marched down there in defiance, and the police backed off and did their duty. But after we left that night, they arrested somebody open carrying right there. It's disgusting. They think they're playing it safe. You're not playing it safe. You got to do like the sheriff of Liberty County, Florida. He read the statute on air with us. I read the statute when he got arrested. The sheriff. And it said if someone's going to or from work or transporting money, they can have a concealed firearm in the vehicle for their security without a permit. But if you feel that they were transporting it outside of that, it's written where they can, it's a bad statute. He said, listen, you arrested this guy with no criminal record for a gun coming from his work? Let him go. He said to his deputies, you want to carry guns off duty too, don't you? Let him go. Get rid of that fake report. They arrested him. The governor tried to make sure he went to jail. The jury, no building. The jury said not guilty. Grand jury with no bill. It was the jury in the court trial. Because they're afraid of the enforcers deciding to follow their oath. They're scared to death, so they want to intimidate you. That little police chief out in that small town of New Mexico, when he got to the airport to fly into Las Vegas to be part of a constitutional sheriff's meeting, and he went in there, and they harassed him and sent the feds in trying to get him fired, and the Fed was there knowing what he was going to, knowing what he was doing. And then now a lady's reading a conservative Jewish newspaper, and they interrogate her for 30 minutes and rifle her stuff. They're thought police, folks. When I go to the airport, the low-level TSA will be like, oh, hi, Alex, how you doing? And the manager will walk over and go, well, Jones, where you going and what you planning? And I'll say, well, you know you've got my ticket. Answer my questions if you want to fly. It's all about lining me up, teaching me I'm a criminal, teaching me, and next is come with us, and that's already starting. Come with us at the airport. That's an internal checkpoint, and you disappear. And then, oh, don't say anything about Alex. They might get you. No, we all got to stand together against this evil of illegitimate criminals. They will succeed and take over if you're afraid of them, folks. You should be scared to death of not taking action. History, facts, my gut, everything says, fight these people head on, call them out, speak out against them. And the reason they'll come after us when they stage a false flag, and I know that, is they know we've got reporters and myself and auxiliary reporters around the country that are going to go to their press conferences when they stage a Boston bombing or an event. We're going to have our people there in hours. We're going to expose the drills, the setup. We're going to get the photos the FBI says don't look at. They had Secret Service, when Obama wasn't even there, come and threaten Dan Bidandi with all sorts of bodily harm if he kept asking questions in the press conference about the drill. And the FBI looked at the media and they said, you do not talk to this man or look at his photos. And the media literally saluted, except a few national media come over and said, we know it's a drill. They're killing people. They're finding them dead in the rivers. Man, you got a lot of courage. People can make jokes about people like Bidandi because he's a real normal guy and everything and is, up there with his East Coast accent. But he's a real guy who's got courage. Not once, not twice, but 3 times to have feds come up and start bumping into him going, you better watch it, punk. You know something's going to happen. He said, fine, do whatever you're going to do. I'm going to ask the questions. Because he's not a coward. You people in this gang system that think, you've got all the power because you've got the system. You've got all this power from sucking off the people. And you got a traitor government saying the veterans and gun owners are the #1 threat. That's like Hitler did. This is so flaming tyrannical. This is on fire with evil. This is outrageous. Outrageous how naked this is. How brazen. How belligerent. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know. They've already done all the TV conditioning, all of it. They're playing. I'm going to open the phone number up for police and military, and I'll go right to you because we got David Icke coming up. I want to hear what you think about a guy with a shotgun case, spent casing, literally that they dug through all of his hunting and fishing stuff and, you know, and found it in a vest he'd forgotten to take out. And they're going to try to put him in jail for years in D.C. I want to know what you think about Bloomberg getting caught in secret meetings saying once we register, we're going to ban. I want to know what you think about the federal grants you get where you go